So here we go. I'm gonna start here. We already did the shape of our face. So after I looked in the screen, or you can look in the mirror, I noticed I have kind of an oval shape. The second thing I noticed is I measured using the bottom of my hand to the tops of my hand. I kind of measured how big my face is, and it's slightly bigger than my hand. Yours is probably a lot bigger than your hand. So I put my hand down, I marked on the page, I made this little mark here and here, and that's where I drew my circle. The next thing we did was draw our eyes. And our eyes, we tend to draw up on the top, but they're actually about halfway down your face. So I drew mine about halfway. It's probably a little bit too high, and that's okay. The general rule that people use is your eyes aren't right next to each other. They're about one eyeball away. So I made a little dot. And then you'll also notice that your eyes, when you look in the mirror, look at them. Notice how they're not usually round. So we're not doing round shapes like that. They're kind of almondy. Some are a little bit taller and a little bit wider, some a little narrower. Everybody has different shaped eyes, okay? So you're gonna draw a semicircle here and a semicircle here. You're gonna use just whisper lines. I'm going over them again, just so you can see them. Then once you do your eyes, you'll notice that you're gonna do a semicircle here and a semicircle here. That's because when we're looking at our eyes, we don't actually see the entire round part of our eyes. It's kind of cut off by your eyelids. So you're gonna do a semicircle on both sides. In the middle, you have your pupil, and that's where all the light comes in. You can draw them small or big. The bigger you draw them, the more it looks like you're happy and excited. So if you want later, you can make them bigger, but we're just gonna leave it like that for now. From here, and feel free to stop this video anytime you need to get caught up. That's the great thing about asynchronous. So now you're gonna go about halfway between your chin and your eyes to make your mouth. So I'm gonna make a little dot here, and I'm gonna make a tiny little semicircle and then come out, and a tiny semicircle and come out. It's probably a little bit too big, but you decide. These are whisper lines, so I can always go back and erase. And then the bottom is just a semicircle connecting the two. Don't worry about what it looks like. It's gonna be the best self-portrait you've ever done. Then you're gonna draw a little line in the middle, connecting the two corners. Now the nose is really hard. Some people tend to draw their nose like a little triangle. It's not really a triangle. So look at yours in the mirror, and you might notice a couple things, what it looks like. So I'm gonna show you the nose that I did on the other side, because I feel like I kind of did a pretty good job. So I draw the two sides of my nose with just two little lines, but you might draw longer lines, and that's okay. And then I drew the outside of my nostrils. And then on some people, you can actually see their nostrils when you look at yourself straight in the mirror. So I drew a little circle and then kind of a little wing that comes out. Not sure if it looks like me, but here's something you can do. So I'm gonna try that on this side. I'm gonna try two lines, circles, and then a little nostril. You can go wider or make these shorter and use your eraser. You can use your white eraser or you can use this one. Maybe these lines need to be taller. Now, after that, you're gonna make your ears. And your ears, they start at about your eyes. Look at your ears. How big are they? Are they really big? Do they go from your eyes to your ears? Do they stick out? So some people might have ears that stick out. All the better to hear things with. And then you kind of make this, another. You can even make that little flap that kind of covers it up or not. You decide if you like what it looks like. Other people have ears that are smaller and they're closer. So I drew two different ears. You might have two different ears. That's okay. Now, the last thing that we're gonna do is your hair. So look at the way your hair falls, okay? It doesn't start at the top of your head. So mine kind of starts here and it goes over here and then it kind of comes down. You can either have it cover your ears or not. The other thing that you need to realize about your hair is it can come up and go over and then come down and can come up and over and then come down. Maybe I want to cover my ears. Now, the last thing we're going to do is your neck. You're going to come straight down, and then you can do your shoulders where they go straight out like this. Okay, and you can have your hair come in front of your shoulders or behind. Okay, you'll notice there's no colors, and that's okay. So here's what we're going to do next. Skin color. So I grabbed a scrap piece of paper, and I grabbed all the peaches, oranges, some pinks, and browns. So everybody has different color skin, and here's the best way to test it. I'm going to put my hand down, and I'm going to run next to it, and I might say, I don't know, I'm a little more red than this, but that looks pretty good. Maybe. Oh, too yellow. It's not yellow. You'll notice there's no sunshine. Let's try orange, too orangey. And you're gonna go through each color, and if you need more space, just move your hand. Nobody's really pink. This is salmon. So you may decide, it's kind of like that, but I bet there's a better color. So I'm gonna try apricot. This light isn't very good. You might have to take it next to a window. I think my skin's a little more pinky than apricot. Maybe I could mix colors. I don't know, this kind of looks good, but with a little pink. So I want you to spend time and find the best color that you think works for your skin. When you're happy with the color, check with somebody at your house and say, do you feel like this is the skin color that's mine? And try to remember what it is. There are all these beautiful colors. Test them out, see which one yours is. If you have darker skin, check out the darker colors. Because they come in all different shades. We all come in different shades and colors, okay? So find the one that you think is the best. Now, here's what you're gonna do. You are gonna be coloring in your face part with that crayon. As you're coloring, you may decide to add other colors and overlay them. Just use whisper coloring as you do it. When it comes to your lips, only Snow White has super red lips, so look at your lips and decide on the colors that you need for that. The next thing you need to think about is your eye color. So I started to pull out blue because a lot of people in my house have blue eyes, but they come in lots of different shades. One of my children has eyes that have a little bit of green, some gray in them, and even some yellow. So look at your eyes in the mirror and decide what colors you see in there. You can also start coloring them in tiny little circles as you lay the colors on top of each other. Try it. See what it looks like. It's going to be great. When it comes to my lips, I actually combined two colors. I used a little bit of gray and I used a little bit of pink. When I do my hair, you'll notice that I use a combination of colors and I try and color with the shape of my head so that those streaks that crayons create kind of look like the strands of my hair. See how you can do on it. You can also erase any lines that you have. You don't have to color over them. You can erase them before you start coloring them. I decided that my hair was going to go behind my ears and also behind my shoulders. Go ahead and start coloring your hair. And when you're happy with it, we'll get to the next step. All right, friends, I am finishing up my coloring and a couple things that I was thinking about. One, I try and color I don't go sideways. I try and color kind of with like the shape of my hair because then it kind of looks like it's my hair strands. Do you see that? The other thing I realized is we forgot eyebrows. My eyebrows you can barely see, but some people have really beautiful eyebrows. So look at where your eyebrows start. I know that mine start about here And what shape do they make? Do they go straight out? Some people's go straight out. Mine kind of go up and then come down. So look at your eyebrows. They kind of start above my eyes and they kind of go up and then come down. So look at what your eyebrows look like. So the next thing I want to do, oh my goodness, what did I forget? I forgot to color the skin of my neck. I'm going to have to add that. But right now I'm going to give myself a shirt. So I'm going to make a collar like this, kind of like that. And then you can color your shirt. Maybe you want it to come down a little bit more and you can erase that. You decide. Maybe you want it to be like a frilly bow because you have a dress that's like that. You decide. But that's the easiest one to do. We've got two things left to do. One, you can add a Sharpie to this if you want. Some of you might look at this and say, nope, it looks pretty good. I like it. I don't want to add Sharpie. Okay? Some of you might be thinking, no, I kind of want to add some Sharpie. You could probably do your eyebrows without the pencil because nobody has gray eyebrows. Although for my lips, I combined gray and pink, just in case you were wondering, because nobody's lips other than Snow White's are super red. So I actually did this color. What color is this? Timberwolf, that's a cool name. And lavender. So I mixed those colors. Your lips are probably much pinker than mine, or a brighter color of brown or peach. So you have a choice here as the artist. There is no right way, okay? You can test this over here and say, do I want to go around it in Sharpie or do I want to leave it? I'm going to show you what it looks like with Sharpie and then you decide so that you can make that choice. First of all, everybody should color in their pupils black. You can use a black crayon or you can use the Sharpie. So that's what it looks like with Sharpie eyes. They kind of pop right out. I don't know. I'm going to show you what one eye is. You're going to go nice and slow because you can't erase with Sharpie. Okay? So you can decide. This one is bolder. I don't know which one you like better. You might like the softer look of this, or you might like the bold look. That is totally up to you. All I'm going to do is show you. I'm going to show you one half where I'm going to do this, and then one half where I'm not. Because I want you to decide as an artist, do you like this? So now watch, you're gonna cover it up and you could say, okay, that's what it looks like. Oh, I might do half. Okay, or you can switch this. Oh, I forgot this. And you might say, I don't know. Whoops, sorry, you don't need to see all that. Or you might decide you like this look better. There is no right answer to this. When you're finished and you've decided, you do not have to use Sharpie at all. You can use black crayon right there. So you decide, do you like this half or this half? Now, when you're finished, you get to take your paint colors, and we did this the other day with your watercolors, and you can decorate the outside, okay? If you want to decorate your shirt, you can decorate your shirt as well. I'm super excited to see your self-portraits. Remember, no matter how they turn out, they're going to be the best self-portrait that you've ever made. And even on this one, I made a few mistakes, but that's okay. Good luck. I'm super excited to see how they turn out.